Hello stars, welcome back. My name is Aster. So if you are new here, I'm a reader and a writer. This week we're just going to be writing a bit more of my pirate fantasy novel. I've spoken about this one a few times now. This is the next novel I'm trying to finish. I'm on chapter 7 out of 21. It is about this girl. She is a pirate. She has this relic that gives her the ability to raise the dead. It is rivals to lovers. There's this rival pirate crew. He is wanting to get his hands on another relic, and so he gets her help. And in return, he'll help her get what she wants, which I'm not going to tell you what it is. And so they team up to go find these relics. It's like adventure, it's action, and I love it. But yeah, so it's just gonna be a writing vlog. Today's my day off, so I do have a little bit of work to do. I know I just said it was my day off, but I'm also trying to switch careers or switch my 9 to 5, so I have to build up my portfolio. So I'm going to get the third piece that I'm doing started, and then I will write. But I just wanted to do this first. It is 9:18 in the morning and it is Friday. But yeah, we're gonna write a little bit. I'm just kind of going to talk about writing. That's the vibe for today. All right, I'm gonna save my work for later because that's gonna be a whole ordeal. I just went over what I need to do and it's too much to do right now. So I'm going to write first. I'm really excited actually for this chapter, for what we're gonna get into. So I want to at least get to the scene I'm excited to do and read that, or write that. Let's see, this is the chapter I'm on. Yeah, and we're on like the second point. We're just starting the second point. So I don't think I'll get the chapter done today, but I want to get the scene specifically that I'm super excited to do out of the way. I'm going to play some music while I write just because I like to do that. I just finished the second point, so now we're getting on to the third point. I've written a little bit down here and then this page. It's been about half an hour-ish, but the third point is where my favorite scene, maybe not favorite scene, the scene I'm excited for is starting, and it takes up a lot of this chapter because the scene I really want to go into depth, because in this novel we don't really know how the crew found each other, and we know a little bit of Evelyn, my main character. We know a little bit of her backstory from the prologue, but we don't know much of it, and no one else knows. So this scene is the first real glimpse we got into how she lived beforehand, and it wasn't great. So I am excited to do this because her reaction to this is a side of her crew has never seen, and it's something she actively avoids. So I am very excited to write this. I'm just gonna kind of get right into it because I just wanted to update before I actually got into it because it would take a while. I did get a touch distracted that time. I made the mistake of going on Instagram to check something and I got distracted on Reels. So I only wrote a little bit, but it is like 11:30 now. So, okay, sorry, that was my roommate. I forgot, no, I'm reading her text. What was I saying? It is like 11:30, so I do need to go make some lunch for myself. This scene, I think it'll be easier to go into detail in draft 2. So I'm just kind of doing the basics, kind of getting it down, and then pinpoint certain details that I want her to notice and I want the readers to see in draft 2. We're out of the scene for a quick second before we go back into it. So since we're at this break here now, I'm going to go make my lunch. I am going to change because I'm actually boiling. I know this doesn't look like it would be really hot, but the skirt has so many layers, and it's a long skirt, very long. So I'm gonna change into some shorts and a tank top because it's, I think, like 20 degrees out. Okay, I'm back. I'm changed into something cooler. Got myself a Gatorade with lunch. And we're gonna write a bit more. So we're gonna finish this scene off, maybe even the chapter, because I am realizing now that I went more in depth with the plot points in this chapter breakdown. So I think this is most of the chapter. All right, so I did end up actually being able to finish the chapter. You can't really see it, but it says chapter 8 there. So that does feel like a shorter chapter to me though. I did add a section. I didn't finish one of the sections. I wanted to add more detail in the second draft because I am getting a little bit worried about space here. Like, this is the halfway point. This is where I am, and I'm only on chapter 7 out of 21. So I'm a little nervous about space in this notebook. So I don't know if there's really a chance to add another scene in this chapter. There definitely is. At the beginning of the chapter then, in draft 2, I might add another scene. It feels like too quick, and it feels like that's the only scene we have. There is technically, this chapter does start a few days after chapter 6 ends. I think we have more time to really go into depth of what they've been doing in those few days, and maybe a bit more of an interaction, because there was definitely time. I am going to be done for now. It is 1:13. Made some progress. Always happy to see that. This pen has been annoying me. I use the Sharpie, this is the felt tip pen, when writing in this because of the page material. Okay, first off, I should say this. This isn't actually an old book. These pages aren't naturally aged. They're artificially aged. So if I am like flipping through them like this or scratching them like this, please don't be offended. I had someone ask me that right after I got this, and I was like flipping through them and showing them the book. They're like, is that like an actually old book? I'm like, no. It was artificially made. It was handmade. The pages are handmade as well to look older. That was just the aesthetic of it. Normal pens don't show up well on these pages. Pencils don't show up at all. So I've been using the felt tip because that does show up. Normally though, I use the Papermate. I like these ones just because they're really inky. I like inky pens. I may get ink on my hand every once in a while, but it's not that big of a deal. I like the look of inky, dark pens. I've talked about this before, but the reason I write by hand is because this feels unofficial. This feels like the story is just for me, which is what the first draft is supposed to be. You're not supposed to be worried about how everyone else is going to take it. And this way, I'm not worried about word count. I write by pen, so I can't go back and erase and redo everything. It's more peaceful. It hurts my hand, and it takes a long time, but it feels more productive to me. When I write on the computer, I'm really paying attention to the word count, and I like read over the paragraphs. I'm like, oh, that's not really good. I could change it. It feels like it needs to be perfect. When it's on the computer, it feels like it needs to be 100%. Writing by first draft by hand also allows me to completely rewrite it when I bring it into the second draft. So when I have a couple paragraphs that were like, that wasn't really well written, I'm not getting overwhelmed trying to like edit it. I can quite literally just rewrite it. I don't have to write exactly what's on here. I can be like, okay, I feel like this would be better than what I've written, and I write that until I get to the end of that couple of paragraphs or whatever. And so I feel like this second draft ends up being better when I do it like this. I don't know if I'm gonna come back later today to do this because I do also have like work to do. I mentioned this earlier, I'm trying to switch careers. And so I'm having to kind of relearn a lot of things that I was taught to me in high school. That was taught to me in college that I just haven't been keeping up with. This is one that I never quite knew. Elements, the important stuff was taught in college, just not into this specific format. So I'm kind of learning from scratch, kind of not. We'll see how it goes. It seems kind of easy. I did my research on it, but I don't want to sound too full of myself and then be completely lost for what to do when I go and try it. So that's what I'm doing next. I will see you guys later when I'm writing again. I'm back. I am going to write a bit more. To be honest, I'm not actually sure where I left off. I think I just, very start of chapter 7? Let me check. Chapter 8. Start of chapter 8. Let's go see what's happening in this chapter. Ooh, this will be fun. She's still like reacting from what happened in the last chapter. So it's still kind of uncharacteristic for her. Nobody's seen her act like this before. So it's fun when she acts different because it gives them a little glimpse into what they don't know about her. They don't know a lot about her. I guess we'll just start. We're starting right on a blank page. I have chapter 8 written up here. Okay, I wrote a little bit, about a page and a bit. I'm gonna call it at that. So I didn't quite make it through this scene. This is more of a fun scene. The character in this scene that's introduced here, he's only here for a little bit. Like, this is the only scene we actually see him, I think. But I love him. I actually had no idea what his personality was gonna be like until I started this scene, because he's so insignificant. He like just appears for this moment, and I knew like I didn't want him to make it easy for them because they're trying to get information out of him. But the way he's like making it difficult for them is just hilarious to me. And he's such a funny character and I love him. I don't know what I want him to look like yet, so I did just be like, insert description somewhere in here. I'm actually so surprised by how much I've gotten done in this book already. Like, I feel like I started writing it maybe a couple months ago. I think the first draft of my cozy fantasy took me like, oh, how long did it take? Like 6 months to write, I think. And this one, I feel like I've been doing this for maybe a month, if that, and I feel like I'm already a good chunk in. To be fair, I'm on chapter 8 out of 21, so it's still going to take a while, and I don't think that's actually lined up to be finished by the 6-month mark. I don't know, I'd have to do the math on it, but I thought it would be taking longer. The chapters are long chapters, whereas the chapters of my cozy fantasy are shorter chapters, so already being on chapter 8 feels like I've made a lot of progress. I am still worried it's not all going to fit in this notebook. This is the halfway mark. This is where I am, and I'm not halfway through the drafts, through the chapters, but I think that's more pages than I'm thinking it is. I think I can get to chapter 10, 11. Yeah, within that amount of pages, I think I can do that. And then I would just like be right on the very edge of finishing it on the last page, which would be very satisfying, because in the notebook I wrote my cozy fantasy in, it's not the whole notebook, there's still empty pages in it, so it'd be kind of satisfying to have this whole notebook just be this novel. Anyway, I do think I'm gonna end this video off here because it is Sunday already, and usually my video is already posted by now, although I think this video is going to be late. I'm going to try and do some editing for it right now, but yeah, that is the end. I don't know if I talked much about this book. To be honest, I can't remember earlier in this week at all. But I am so excited to get this done, and I'm so excited to start the next draft already, because I already know so many places it can be better, and I'm so excited to see it actually on the page on Docs, because that makes it more official. But anyway, I hope you stars enjoyed, and I will see you all next week. Bye bye.